Now, I gotta say, 2021 so far this year has been pretty lackluster as far as music goes. I do have a list. I'll show you my phone right here. This is a list of all the albums, top albums so far of 2021. Some might get cut as the year goes on, some might not. But that's the list. I don't know if you could see it, but you get the general idea of how long the list is, right? And of these albums, a lot of these albums, to be quite honest, wouldn't have even made it to the top 20 albums of 2020, of last year. Yes, there has been a lot of music this year, but also, yes, a lot of it has been just okay or good. Like, not a lot of, to me, great shit has dropped this year. But we do got some albums I want to talk about right here. And keeping it with Bukshot, right off rip, this album right here, Double Dragon, Bukshot, and Kung Fu Vampire, is fucking definitely one of the top albums this year. One of the easily better albums of 2020. I fucking love this EP album, whatever you want to call it, from Buck and KFV. This shit got so much play when it first dropped, and I still go back to it and listen to it. They absolutely brought the fucking heat with this project. If you still haven't listened to it because you're not a fan of either one, then you probably won't like the fucking album. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how to convince somebody to listen to this shit. Or listen to something after I've already gave it so many props. But this shit is fire. It's 9 tracks, 32 minutes. It's a short listen, but this shit is, the title, the song Buck Fu is fucking, that's some mosh pit shit. One of my favorite tracks on here. My favorite song on here is probably the title track, Double Dragon, with Demi Demery. That hook is just so good. Like, when the album ends and that song finishes, I say, let's bring that song back one more fucking time so we can end the album properly listening to it twice. But there's not one bad song on this album. Not one bad song. Again, short listen, 9 tracks, 32 minutes. But fucking fire front to back. Definitely peep it if you haven't checked it out yet. And again, we were just talking about this dude right here, Low Key. It's time to give Low Key his fucking flowers. He's the fucking... I used his image for this week's artwork. It's time to give this dude his fucking flowers. This dude has been putting it down in the underground for a long ass time. At least 15 years. Shit, I don't even know when Temple Rain dropped. That was before his solo shit. I don't know when Temple Rain dropped. That was his group before he did his solo shit. Before he did Follow Me, The House, Solo, all that shit. But Low Key dropped Metanoia this year, just about a month ago, I believe. May 16th, almost 2 months ago. And I've been playing the fuck out of this for damn near the last 2 months since this shit dropped. Again, a short listen, 7 tracks, 28 minutes. It's a full rock album from Low Key, very reminiscent of some mid to late 90s rock shit. He called it a new metal album. I don't know if I'd call it new metal, but who the fuck am I? I just know that I fucking love this album. And this album might be album of the year so far for me. It's right up there with another album, which I'll be talking about. But I fucking love this album. Low Key, man. Go back and listen to Follow Me, Solo, House, House 2, Chameleatic. To what he's doing now is just, it's a 180. He's still doing the rap shit. Obviously, he just dropped the Cabal project with Buckshot and Mr. Gray. But his, these Oracle albums and then this Metanoia album, a lot of rock influence, a lot of singing, a lot of screaming as well. Metal screams. And I just love to watch the evolution of Low Key, just to watch what he started with Follow Me, all the way up to this new project Metanoia, and to see, to see Bad Luck on this new project, him still rocking with Bad Luck after all these years is super fucking dope as well. This album right here, and Low Key again, watching his evolution, that was the whole point I just skipped over, but watching his evolution from little grimy little horrorcore hip hop kid to this industrial rock metal hip hop hybrid fucking sounds that he's doing is so dope. He's just having fun making the music that he wants to make. And it just reflects like when an artist is just doing shit that they want to do and having fun, like you can clearly hear it when an artist is having fun making music because it's good in most cases. And this shit right here, if you haven't checked it out, after the million recommendations I've given this album, you gotta peep it. And shout out to fucking Low Key for, continuing to kill it after all these years. We're in 2021 now. Follow Me dropped in what? 06? 05, 06? Some shit like that. Maybe 07? But yeah. This dude's fucking killing it, man. I can't say enough great things about this album. I love this Metanoia project. It's super, super dope. Peep that shit. From Low Key. Another one of my favorite albums this year is Jim Jones. Jim Jones has been fucking killing it these last few years. And I don't want to say I wasn't a Jim Jones fan. I just never listened to Jim Jones or Dipset from back in the day. And 2018, he dropped Wasted Talent. And that was the first Jim Jones project I listened to. I heard a lot of great things about it, and it was a solid project. 2019, he dropped El Capo, album of the year for me. Love that album. El Capo, super fire. Wish they would have dropped it on CD. But regardless, album of the year. 2020, he dropped El Capo Deluxe. This was supposed to be El Capo 2.0 originally, ended up turning into the Deluxe Edition. A whole new album produced by Heatmakers, just like El Capo was. And it was top 5 of 2020. Killed it. Love that album as well. Super dope. And then he comes back again, 4th year in a row, with The Fraud Department, produced by Harry Fraud. This project, 11 tracks, 31 minutes. Short listen, debatable if it's an EP or not. I don't give a fuck. Because even though a lot of these projects are super short, they're just so good. And Jim Jones just getting better and better, man. Love The Fraud Department. I wouldn't say, in my opinion, that it's better or I like it more than El Capo. I don't know. El Capo is going to be hard to beat for me, for Jim Jones. But this Fraud Department is up there. It is super dope. Definitely a top 5 album of 2021 so far. I bumped the shit out of this. Still go back to it. Just found out that there are CDs of this album. Shout out to Ricardo at the Speaking Cloud podcast. Shout out to all the homies over there. Ricardo posted up on IG a copy of the CD, and I was like, bruh, I didn't even know that they fucking made CDs of this shit. And I went on Amazon, and sure as shit, it was there. It was like $12, copped it, got it in the mail. So there are CDs of this shit. If you haven't peeped it out, because you don't, you only listen to wicked shit, juggalo shit, whatever, and you don't venture out into hip hop, but you do want to venture out, I highly recommend you peep this album from Jim Jones, Fraud Department. It's fucking fire. Super dope. Very, very dope. Another fucking solid hip hop album that dropped this year is Asun, Eastwood, Mav, And Sibs Rock with their album 98 Miles. Again, 10 songs, 31 minutes. These half-hour albums, EPs, I don't know, man. I don't give a fuck. This shit is super dope. My first time hearing a full project from Asun Eastwood. Granted, it's a collab project with Mav, produced by Sibs Rock, Mav of the Cloth. I just got put onto the Cloth last year, and I've been peeping all the shit that they've been doing. This is a super solid project from Asun Eastwood and Mav. The production on here from Sibs Rock is fucking fire. Again, just some more grimy, dope boom bap, hip hop. If you're into that shit, peep it. It's super fucking dope. Another album I want to talk about that I don't have the image for from the Cloth is Rigz. He dropped a project with futurewave. It was either late last, it was either in December of 2020 or early 2021, called Substance Abuse. Rigz and futurewave Substance Abuse. That project is fucking fire as well. The production on there from futurewave is super dope. Rigz, my favorite member of the Cloth, just kills it on there. Peep that shit as well. But this Asun Eastwood, Mav, and Sibs Rock joint is fire. Just super dope. So peep that shit if you ain't checked it out. Just some grimy, dope hip hop right there. A couple suggestions for you. If you're into that type of shit or looking for new shit, Asun Eastwood, Mav with 98 Miles. And then check out Rigz and futurewave with Substance Abuse. Now, this next project, this next album I'm going to talk about might be left field for some of you, but if you follow me on my social medias, then you know I'm a huge fucking fan of this group, and it's Evanescence and their newest album, The Bitter Truth. Now, Evanescence is like, for me, top 5 band of all time, rock band of all time. I don't give a fuck. Everything they've dropped so far has been really good. And this album, again, super solid project from Evanescence. Took them fucking damn near, actually did take them 10 years to drop this from their self-titled album. So when I first listened to this album, when it first came out, I was like, I don't know. I don't know if this is it. This might be the first bad Evanescence album. But really what it was there was 3 songs on here that I don't like, that I can't really get into. And the songs are Yeah Right, Wasted on You, and Use My Voice. So what I did was, after I kind of realized that those were the songs that were kind of killing the vibe for me for the album, I took them out and just added the rest of the songs to my Apple Music and just listened to that. Now that's 9 songs at 35 minutes. Another short listen if you take those 3 songs out. But those fucking 9 songs are so good. So good it makes up for those other 3 songs. It really does. I fucking love this album, man. Minus the 3 tracks, I fucking love this shit. Evanescence, one of my all-time favorite bands. I'm seeing them live either this November or December. I can't remember. I did buy tickets for it. So I'm hyped for, concerts again. Super dope. The album is fucking fire. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it's Evanescence. Can't imagine many people listening to this podcast are into them. But yeah, we got that. And then we got Twiztid. I'm going to wrap this up. The best albums of 2021 with Twiztid, with their EP, Electric Lettuce. Super short. Taking out the intro and the skits and all that shit. 6 tracks, 21 minutes. But this shit is fucking fire. Just dropping all sorts of shit over here. My bad for all the background noise. 6 tracks, 21 minutes, but this shit is fucking fire. This is a banger front to back. Love this shit. And one of the takes I had was, for this album is like, this is probably the closest thing we're going to get to a solo Monoxide project for a while. Because Twiztid just killing it, doing their thing as the group. And the reason why I say this is the closest thing we're going to get to a solo Monoxide project is he's predominantly featured on this more than Madrox. Yes, Madrox is on every song on here, so it is a Twiztid album, but there's more Monoxide than Madrox on here. I'm not mad at it. The shit is banging. I fucking love this EP, man. We All Float is like a weed anthem, like a new Twiztid weed anthem. I love this EP. Fucking fire. Probably top 5 of projects from this year. I love this shit, man. Played the fuck out of it. I listened to it again before the show today, and it's fuck, man. I played the shit out of it. 6 tracks get old kind of quick when you're fucking just got it on repeat, but super solid EP from Twiztid. They've been killing it, man. Last year, Mad Season, and then Revelation, they killed it. They did drop a Halloween project, which I wasn't a big fan of, but that was like a collaboration with the label, more or less. And then we got this shit right here. We got the Unlikely Prescription album dropping in September. Twiztid's killing it, staying busy. I'm here for it. I fuck with it. If you haven't heard Electric Lettuce because you're on the fuck Twiztid train, then shame on you because you're missing out on really good Twiztid music. And yeah, go peep the shit.